Hi everybody, I'm Rafi and welcome to my channel, and today I'm being very normal and I'm introducing myself and my channel, which is my name, Rafi, and I do fragrance reviews here and a little bit of creative stuff. Sometimes I do a little bit of weird stuff, but today I'm being very normal to give you a very normal fragrance review. And by normal, I mean I'm going to show you the presentation, I'm going to show you the look of the fragrance, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the fragrance, I'll tell you some notes, and I'll tell you about the opening, the mid notes, and the base notes, and the longevity and the projection, all of that stuff, and about its position and place in the market, and also its artistic message or its creativity as well. I will do a review of this in the way I wanted to do it a little bit later on, but for now I will do the normal review because I'm a normal guy doing a normal fragrance review. Normal. Smile. Good. I will caveat this fragrance review and say that yes, I am very excited to do it. I'm very excited to do it. I'm not pissed off at all at doing something normal, because I'm trying very hard to be normal. Let me just show you what it is I'm talking about. It's this one right here. This is Mortal Skin by Stephane Humbert Lucas. Okay, this is the first fragrance that was released in the Serpent collection. Actually, there was no Serpent collection when this fragrance was first released. It was released in 2015, and it actually was so good that it spawned the rest of the Serpent collection, of which there are, I think, about 7, 8, maybe 8, I think. And I have reviewed or have gone through 6 of them, including Mortal Skin, as little testers in a previous video, which I'll link to here in the cards or in the description down below as well, if you want to click and check that out, if you want to get a better understanding of the rest of the Serpent collection line. However, of that line, and when I did test them all out, this was a standout to me as my favorite of the line, because it is the most niche, the most artistic, in my mind, to my nose. And I did mention earlier that I'm very excited to do this review. There's a reason for that. And that reason is because I got sent this bottle. I didn't buy this bottle. This is probably the first full bottle review I'm doing that I haven't purchased with my own money. That's great. That's nice. I don't mind it. And I quite enjoy receiving something that I like, that I've tested before, and I've said that, yes, this is my favorite, and that's the one that I got. It's not some random thing that was sent to me by a house that I have to pretend to like or see the artistic merit of it. I already love this one, and I was going to buy a bottle of it anyway. It just so happened that I got sent through a connection to the house, and so therefore I have it and I'm going to review it. Why not? Why not? Since I've got it, I should spread the word. And as with all Stephane Humbert Lucas fragrances, they sort of come in this sort of slide out thingy, and I'll open it up and I'll give myself a spritz so that I'm reminded of the scent itself. And any excuse that I have to spray this on, I'll take it. Okay. Great. Fantastic. I like the atomizers on them as well, and the bottle, which I'll do some B-roll of, and I think I just swallowed some of the fragrance. Ooh, it even tastes nice. Lovely. Yum. Okay. Why do I love this one so much? I'm a big fan of the note of ink in fragrances, and this has the main note of ink. Now, ink is usually done quite rough if you want to get the visualization of ink on paper and the roughness of the paper itself, or sort of rough particles of ink in between your skin, in between your fingers. You know, when you get ink on your fingers or ink on your hands. This is probably the fragrance that I've come across. This is the first fragrance that I've come across actually that has the note of ink, but it's done in such a smooth way. It's super smooth. Extremely smooth. It opens up with that smooth ink. However, it's not just ink. If it was just ink, it would be boring. But it's not just ink. It comes together with blackberry, but not a ripe blackberry. It's sort of like an unripened, greener, not non-tart blackberry. It's almost like the top part with the stem and you chew on that bit, and that's the vibe right there. The stem and a little bit of the blackberry sweetness in it as well. That's what I'm getting off the bat in the opening on my skin. Now this also has things like incense and labdanum in there as well in the opening, but what I'm getting mostly is that ink and the blackberry. Now I'll give this a few minutes to chill out on my hand, and I'll come back and talk about the mids. Okay, and now that I've given this a few moments to sort of settle down and get into the mids, what I get now is the resins that come in here with the myrrh and apopanax, which is one of my favorite resins. And it's kind of tempered with a little bit of iris in here as well. And the signature ambergris, which I find that's in O'Hara, is sort of making an appearance in here as well. But the main thing that comes to my nose is a whole bunch of styrax. Now styrax, if you don't know, is also called benzoin, and it is prominent. It's really, and it's something that I'm familiar with, and it's something that my nose picks up. Some of my favorite fragrances from when I was growing up in the 90s had styrax or benzoin as a main base note. It's a really good fixative, and when it's done well, it really projects out very well, and it gives a lot of depth to a fragrance, and it really elevates sort of the notes on the periphery as well, of which there are many, like birch and cedar, and I think there's some artemisia in here as well. But I don't pick it up. I don't detect it, not on my skin, not with that one spray. I mean, I've given this full wearings a few times now, and yeah, it really does amp up that styrax note. It stays fairly linear in that way, as in the ink and the blackberry, which is the thing that I love, the thing that really grabs your attention, really doesn't fade away and go away in its entirety. It actually just hangs around. It gets a little bit tempered by the resins that are in here. And if I could say anything about it, like, what does it remind me of? Is there another scent or anything like that? I can't. And it's sort of like almost like a signature of Stephane Humbert Lucas, because I've tested a whole bunch of fragrances from this house already. I've tested maybe 13 or 14 of their fragrances, and I own quite a number of bottles myself, and I can't actually say, yes, this smells like something else. Sometimes you smell something, yes, I know that's in the same vein as this one, but it's slightly different. This, I haven't smelled anything that is even remotely close to the scent of this. It was the same thing with Soleil de Jeddah. And it was the same thing with O'Hara as well, and which, again, like I have to mention, made me giggle mid-sniff when I was smelling it. And this one, again, right on the money. It's not really something, I don't think it's for everybody. It is true to the word niche, and I think that if you're looking for something different, if you're looking to elevate your fragrance game, if you're looking to actually stand out a little bit but without being too in your face, because it's not really beast mode, then you can't really go past this. It's Mortal Skin by Stephane Humbert Lucas. It's kind of hard to find where I'm at, but it's getting easier. There is a local stockist now, and hopefully it'll be in more hands. So I'm going to pause there and let this sort of settle down and get into the bass notes. See you soon. And we're back to talk about the base notes and see how this dries down. Now, my initial first few wearings of this really didn't hit me in terms of longevity in that I was so pleased that the smell was so great and so different and really smooth as well and very innovative. But I was a little bit disappointed in that it didn't really last as long as I expected. An eau de parfum haute concentration fragrance should last, especially if it's one that's been put together like this. However, that's not a gripe because I can just respray it, especially because I have to pay for this bottle. But even if that wasn't the case, I'd probably still go ahead and enjoy respraying it because I'd get those top notes again and that styrax would start coming back to me. But again, let's go into the base. The ink has now sort of faded a little bit more. The blackberry has become sweeter somehow, and I think that's because of the resins giving it that sweetness and the styrax as well. Now, I don't get any of the artemisia that's supposed to be in here. The cardamom, there's supposed to be cardamom in here, but it's not the sweet kind. It's more like a dusty sort of the cardamom, the skin of the pod itself, which almost has like a lemony kind of quality if you've ever bitten on one of those like I have, or chewed on them like I have. And there's like a really nice clean musk as well here in the base as well. So it's just sort of anchoring it all down with some nice resins. Again, it really is smooth. I just have to say it's just smooth. And it's fitting that I'm wearing black on black on black with a black bottle and the rose gold on the plaque itself. Just so fitting in the terms of the mood and the fragrance itself. Now, if you were to wear this, where would you wear this? How would you dress it up? I'd dress it up like this, black on black on black, or something semi-formal or semi-dark, because it really gives me dark vibes, as in nighttime vibes or even cold weather vibes. I'd say autumn winter would be a perfect time for this. Evening nighttime would be a really perfect time for this. And again, dress well really complements the fragrance itself. It's not a fun, playful thing. It's more of a serious, artistic take on a fragrance. It is niche. I don't have to repeat that, but I will. It's very niche. It's not disgusting. It's not like a fecal oud. It's not like a sweet vanilla bomb. It's none of those tropes. And I wish and I hope that my descriptions of this fragrance have sort of at least painted a picture in your mind of what it's supposed to actually smell like. I know trying to convey a scent through words and imagery is, a shot in the dark at best, and especially if there's really nothing to compare it to, makes it even more tough. But again, very thankful to have received the bottle. Very, very, very thankful for the opportunity. Thank you, the House of SHL and Stephane Humbert Lucas, and my mutual connection with them. And I hope that all of you watching have enjoyed this review as well. And I have to say, if anyone's going to say, yeah, you got a free bottle, you have to be nice. No, I don't have to be nice. I'm not that kind of guy. I will try and find some nice things to say. Yes, for sure. If I don't like it, then I won't talk about it. But this one I absolutely adore and love, and I've planned, like I've done already a bunch of content on it, and I really wanted to get this review out, and I'm going to do another one, the one that I wanted to do. That's going to be the good one. This is the normal one. Remember, I'm being normal, and so I'll have to thank you all for sticking with me this long, and thanks for watching.